Good morning, everyone. It's April 1st, 2020, and the first quarter of this year is finally in the books. I guess you could say, thank goodness. It has been an historic quarter, literally. This quarter just ended is a quarter that will be referenced throughout history. It was the fastest 30% decline on record and had multiple 10 and 11% swings up and down within days of each other. It's a perfect example of why we invest how we do and why we review these things annually. Risk tolerance, time horizon, portfolio risk, asset allocation, the investing basics. The importance of understanding these elements was on full display in March with this event that seemed to come out of nowhere. We were tested as investors and we will likely continue to be tested, but it's the price we pay for investing in growth assets with higher expected returns. If we're not an investment account, it would be a savings account. As you know, we implement a continuously invested portfolio. We don't try to get in or out based upon guesses, and this past quarter is a perfect example of why. As soon as the market started going down, our number one objective is to be in it on the way up, and there's no other way to be assured of that but to be in it at all times. We saw single-day upside and downside record swings that haven't happened since the 1930s. And for those that panicked out on the down days, it was impossible to recapture the full upside, if they're even in at all. And as airline pilots, we once again are getting hit on two fronts. And if you're feeling some anxiety over this, that is normal. Acknowledge it, that it's there, and that it's okay to be there. I'm sure you've heard that it said that money and emotions are not supposed to get mixed up. The fact of the matter is they are inseparable. Let it be, and let it be acknowledged that it's normal. What you don't want to do is let it build up and lead to rash decisions. But it's also the reason why you have a plan in place, because we know these times will come, and the plan gives us guidelines to follow during emotional times. And that plan is your investment policy statement. And in that policy, we talk about 3 human qualities that are not found in a portfolio or among stock quotes. And only you as the investor can hold true to those. Patience, knowing that this too shall pass. We need time to let it work its way through the system. Discipline, keep doing the right things in times of stress when it can be much easier to do the wrong things. And faith or optimism. So we will come through this on the other side. We are Americans and we will prevail. With that said, I encourage you to seek out and read the many, many stories of ingenuity and generosity that is going on in the midst of this generational battle. We are seeing this play out every day with how private sector is stepping up to produce new ventilators, new tests, new vaccines that were nowhere in sight just a month ago. And even more impressive are the individual volunteers, nurses, doctors, EMTs, all putting themselves in harm's way to fight this fight. That display of courage is the American spirit that will pull us through. That's the faith we have to have. Going forward, here is one of my biggest recommendations. Stay reasonably informed, but don't get too caught up in the news cycle or what is happening in the markets daily. If you are checking your phone for stock quotes on a daily basis, you may be adding to the stress of this situation. I recommend this. Next time you want to know what the market is doing today or right now, ask yourself this. Do I believe the market will be higher 1, 3, or 5 years from today? The answer should be yes, because that's what history suggests after events like this. And if your answer is, I can't wait that long, then maybe your plan needs to be revisited and that money should be invested elsewhere. Going forward, I am glad to have the first quarter behind us and happy to see some stabilization in the markets. My sentiments I put out in the first week of March have not changed. We continue to be fully invested according to each client's time horizon, risk tolerance, and financial situation. We do not know if this economic stress is behind us, how long it lasts, nor what the long-term economic impact will be. There remains some stress in the financial markets, and more volatility up or down would not surprise me. But we continue to invest based upon the evidence that history provides us, and that is by not getting too caught up in what's happening today, but rather looking forward at the probable outcomes 1, 3, and 5 years from now. The last thing I want to leave off with is that I want to express my gratitude for those working the front lines right now, the doctors, the nurses, the EMTs, police officers who are literally the frontline soldiers in this battle. And I know for some of you that means your spouse or your child is among them. So I want to thank you and please pass on my greatest gratitude to them. I'm available the entire month of April with a surplus line, so if you need me, I am available. Fly safe, be healthy, be strong.